you guys ever thought about how India and Pakistan completely disprove one of like the biggest racist myths? The one of the biggest racist myths is the idea that diversity is bad and that a more diverse country will always have worse results and will just spiral into chaos or this, that, and the other things. Utter nonsense, obviously. But I'd never really thought about the way that India and Pakistan provide like a complete demolishing of this. Pakistan and India are two countries with very, very similar histories, similar cultures, and in 1947 they split incredibly acrimoniously to the tune of 1 million dead people in a horrific partition. At the end of that, Pakistan lost out in some dimensions. It certainly had fewer people or what have you, but it won out in a lot of other dimensions. Specifically, it had homogeneity to a degree. Of course, Balochistan, blah blah blah. There's a lot of difference within Pakistan, but they had Islam as a unifying sort of cultural touchstone. They had a much more unified culture. They had a much stronger military because of sort of traditions in of sort of Muslim marshalness and the way that they were locked into sort of the British military tradition and the way that they were heavily funded by the United States. And for a couple of years at least, it looked like they were doing a lot better and punching way above their weight against their subcontinental rival, India, that didn't have such a great, first couple decades, didn't have U.S. sponsorship. And frankly, it was just infinitely more diverse. There are not, I think there's at least half as many Muslims in India as there are in Pakistan, in addition to a bewildering diversity, much, much broader diversity than Pakistan has in India. And sort of the assumption was that that sort of chaos wasn't going to be conducive to as well run a place as Pakistan. And, for a decade or so, that looked like that might have been playing out. But really, for the past 50 years or so, India has been going from strength to strength. Its bewildering diversity has led to a much stronger democracy, not a perfect one by any measure, but much stronger than Pakistan. India has had a moment or two of not having democracy. Since independence, Pakistan has mostly not been a democracy since independence. And this isn't just the fact that there are so many more people in India. I'm not just talking about the competition between the two. I'm talking about just government quality. Like, India is just a better governed place, in part because of its diversity, which completely disproves myths about the virtues of diversity and homogeneity.